trying to be smart. But all in all, man, I feel like, yo, that is crazy because speaking to like, somebody mentioned the accountability. I sent you the thing, and I said it before about how the world is not really designed, and structured for women to take accountability. And that's not a slight to them. I'm not trying to like throw them on the butt. It's just like one thing I said about the responsibility aspect. And in reality, if they put themselves in a certain predicament, they wouldn't even have responsibilities. There's men out here that would literally take care of all their responsibilities. And this don't apply for the women that can't find that man. This applies for the women that does find that man. Like, no, for real, because we got to speak to what it is. But when it comes to the accountability factors, like when they're wrong, I see it in my own situation, my own life. When they're wrong, the women community don't say, hey, look, you should have did this. You could have did this better, as the man community does. Like a man, most of the time we're unaware of what a man is doing to hold him accountable. So if a nigga is in the household, he putting his hands on you, he calling you bees and this and that, we don't know that. So how can I hold this man accountable? And I'm not aware of this at all. Right. And you ain't telling us because you're going to put him on trial and then show up as an attorney to defend him to the eye of the public, and you don't want nobody to see him differently. So we don't know. So you're like, yeah, y'all think
stay out our business now.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, I can't do nothing. I got a mind. But when it comes to y'all actually do run your problem to your friends. And it's like when y'all run it to them, they not saying, yeah, well, you shouldn't have cursed him out and he wouldn't have said that. It's like, see, that's why you shouldn't trust a nigga. And that's why. So it's like, instead of telling a woman, because constructive criticism is how you grow in any factor, as a man, as a woman, as a child, being able to understand like, okay, this is going to help me become better. But if instead of telling you the area that you need to work on within yourself, they kind of more so enabling your behavior and making you feel like you did nothing wrong. And then on top of that, people will seek out people to agree with them to make sure not that they did nothing wrong, but they're right. And you'll see this literally when I watched for the comment section experts, right? You could see 100 niggas in the comments like, that nigga speaking facts. That's really how men think. You see one woman like, that's how little boys think. Then you see all the women go to that comment and be like, yep, I was looking for this comment. Yep, that's the one. It's like,
read my mind.
You looking past. I'm not that person. I'm the person that's going to literally objectively view something and be like, damn, out of 700 comments, 600 said that she said some shit. So maybe we wrong. Maybe women do see the world like that. And as the 100 men that think it otherwise, we got our perspective. But maybe we need to listen more to the 600 because it's common sense. Even if I don't agree, I'm going to look into the logic of what's being said so I can objectively view it. Even if I maintain my perspective, I'm going to say it must be some merit to that.
Assessing it properly.
But, to tie it full circle with the accountability factor or whatever the case may be, I feel like because the community of that they search and seek for the feedback from don't say, hey, maybe you shouldn't have went about it like that. They don't see no thing that they could do to improve. And just because us as men have problems that we need to work on don't mean y'all don't have problems. Like, I feel like it's like y'all have problems too. Yes, we have problems too, but that doesn't negate the problem. The problems is individual to the individual, and everybody has to work on themselves. So if you're in a relationship and your man say, hey, you need to work on the way you communicate, and you say, well, you need to work on the way you communicate too. You saying vice versa or you need to work on it too does not negate the fact that you still initially need to work on it. Y'all both just need to work on it. So growth is individual to the individual, and so is accountability. So if you want to be an accountable person, read my book, The Art of Accountability.
Yeah, and also to earlier previous points where you're talking about like, women, what you was making an analogy in the relation of like women being like children and the position thing, whatever. And I was even thinking about that
protection, provision, dynamic.
Right, for sure. And I was even thinking about that in regards to her with the smut she put out, where I was like, oh yeah, because it's like, me and my mom had this conversation where I may recall something from my childhood. And she like, what? That's not it's not what happened, whatever. And she has a perspective like, oh, because you were a child, you don't understand the whole big picture, whatever. You just think because you was a fucking child. Yeah. It wasn't your prerogative to see the big picture, whatever, which makes sense, whatever. I may stand firm in my position, whatever.
It's still your experience.
Exactly. So, but I look at it as like a backseat type thing because I'm the child, you're the driver as a mom, whatever. So I'm like, oh, because you're the woman, and yes, you may be my passenger for the most part, but sometimes you be in a fucking backseat situation, whatever, and you just think shit just be happening. Oh, yeah, this car just moved. The car just moved like this. No, I have to fucking literally put the foot on the pedal. Yeah.